Welcome back to my forever world, everybody, and we only got one Minecraft day to work with because this is my challenge where I'm playing one Minecraft day for an entire year. Today, we're going to do our best to finish our lighthouse out in the distance, and it's actually looking pretty nice so far. I am liking the look of it, but we got some work to do, and I don't know if we're going to get it complete, but stick along and check out for yourself. But today, I want to mention once again that we are grabbing one melon for every subscriber gained throughout this series, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, and you also will have a chance to get on our infamous wall of subscribers, like my friend Isaac Moore 2792. Welcome to the wall of subscribers, my friend, and if you want to get on that wall, it's pretty simple. Obviously subscribe, like the video, hype the video, and leave a comment letting me know you did so, and that'll increase your chances as much as possible. But like I said, I'm liking the look of this lighthouse so far. We just got to put the light on it, you know? I mean, once we get the light on it, it'll look really good, and then we can worry about detailing up the rest of it. But let's get this light on our lighthouse. And for this, I think that I might have to switch this block right here, because this is where the glass is going to go. Glass is going to go right here on top of it, obviously. But that means, do I really want the glass sitting on some wood, or should I switch that up? I feel like I should probably switch that up to be some diorite. I think that would be better than just having it as wood right there. I think it'll look a little nicer. Obviously, we probably won't spend much time up here, so maybe I'm going a little crazy with the detailing, but as I've mentioned in the past, I want every build to feel complete. I don't want to be disappointed in any of the builds that I make. And that being said, I believe I'm gonna need some more diorite because we only have just a bit right there. So let's check our shulker box over here. We had 6 glowstone in there, but we also have a good amount of diorite. Perfect. I actually was kind of worried right there for a second. I didn't know if we had any diorite on us, but we do. And I also was thinking about this challenge too throughout the day today, and I was like, you know what, like I'm kind of like a construction worker almost. Like I compared it to that because I mean, in construction, these guys go out every day and they see how much they could get done building in the real world. And yeah, we're not quite in the real world, but in a sense, I kind of am like a construction worker in this world that I've created, because I give myself one day to accomplish as much as possible. I go over to, say, the store over here, which is my inventory room. I gather some materials that we're gonna need, and then I get straight to work. I feel like it's a pretty fair comparison there. And you know, respect to all the construction workers out there as well. You guys are crazy. You know, you guys build in real life. I build in Minecraft. There's a lot less that you have to worry about in Minecraft when building. I mean, for example, this lighthouse probably structurally would not stand on its own. But in Minecraft, that don't matter. You could have floating blocks. Physics does not matter here. But for this lighthouse, I just want to get an example, not an example, but a feel for what this glass on the outside is kind of going to look like. That way I can build the light inside and not worry about too much here. And I think I'm going to do something like this. And this should be good. I think something like that will work perfectly. And I don't know how tall I'm gonna make this, but I'm assuming at least 4 blocks, if not just a little more. So let's get 4 blocks down. Let's take a look at it. We also do have our free cam mod installed, so that's been very helpful throughout this challenge. And let's take a look. See, that's kind of a small light. Now that I'm taking a look at it from the outside, I feel like that light's got to be a little bigger. I feel like it's not big enough. I think it's got to be bumped out probably to the edge of the glass now that I'm looking at it. And that's kind of tough because there's not really going to be a quick way to get rid of this glowstone, huh? Should have probably made that a little smaller to start, or just not filled it out as much, maybe just done the front of it. But you live and you learn. That's why we're doing this challenge. 20 minutes every day, trying to improve every day, trying to get better every day. That's the motto of this challenge, you know. That's the motto of putting in 20 minutes a day, is like, with this short amount of time, you kind of surprise yourself with how much you could get done, and also how much you could get better throughout this entire process. And I have to say, I have done nothing short of surprise myself. But I think, actually, thinking about it, we might even need more glowstone, and I do not want to go back to the nether. I thought this was going to be more than enough glowstone. I hate the nether. If you know me, you know I hate the nether. Highly dislike it. See, that's better. That's much larger. That's better. That's gonna look much better, I think. You don't really see the glass now that I'm looking at it, the glowstone being right up against it, but we know the glass is there, and that's all that matters. Maybe if I dyed the glass white, is that a play, dyeing the glass white? Like, it'll make it, see, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at that for sure. But let's get this light up first. See how much glowstone we got to work with. See if we got enough. I'm not quite sure we do. It depends how tall we make this light. If we make this light... Yeah, we're running low. We're running low really quickly. But if we make this light any taller than this 4 blocks tall, I think we could get 5. We could go 5. We could get 5. This might be just about the perfect amount of glowstone that we needed. Okay, yeah, we got a few additional blocks on us. But I want to not fall inside the light. I want to go ahead and dye some of this glass white just to get a look at it, get an example, and see if maybe that looks a little better. Because the glass, it's not, like, it's almost invisible at a certain point. And I don't really love that, but let's grab our bone meal. We should have more than enough of this stuff to make some dyed glass. Let's just make a few to start. I don't want to waste too much of it. So let's make 16 of it. And let's take a look once again. But like I've said in the past few days, thank goodness I chose a closer island. I could not imagine having to, like, say we built, oh my, really? Say we built all the way over there on an island or something, we would have to be coming back a lot for that inventory room, and that would be wasting a lot of time. And as you know, we only get 20 minutes, so we don't really like wasting time around here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, to give myself a little bit of an example, is I'm gonna finish off this side, kind of, in a sense, and then I'm also going to put some glass here, and I feel like I'm already liking it better, but I just want to make sure we like it better before we commit. Okay, so let's go ahead here where we could get a good view. I mean, it's much more visible, I have to say that. Do I like it better? I'm not 100% sure. I think I do though. So let's go with that. Let's go ahead, stick with what we got there with the white glass, and hopefully we don't need more dye here. I don't think we're going to. This should be more than enough that we're going to need. I think. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need more dye, aren't we? Do we have bone? Please tell me. Oh, we got bone. Okay, we got enough bone for this. Let's go ahead and make a good amount of this. And we could bring it on over there with us and craft the rest over there once we tear it down. Let's clear out our inventory just a bit. What do we not need at the moment? I'm not sure we need this wool right now. We need that crafting table. We don't need some of this extra wood that we got in our inventory. We might need that. We have an absurd amount of scaffolding. I'm just going to throw that in the wood chest because Every time we use wood, we typically need some scaffolding. But let's see at night, actually. At night, like, I don't even see the glass. I don't even see the glass. We have to go with the white dye. I mean, we're already committed. We already dyed a lot of our glass, so we gotta go with it. Can I squeeze around here? Thank you very much. Let's take all this down. Once again, I probably should have taken a look at this before, but we live and we learn. We live and we learn. We are trying to be as efficient as possible. This is day 216 of my challenge where I'm playing every day. We have not missed a day yet. You know, the plan is not to miss a day, and I think we're not in the home stretch yet. I think once we hit day 300, it's gonna kind of feel like the home stretch. We still have a lot of time to work with. We have 149 days left to go of this challenge, so I'm not really worried about time at the moment. But obviously, once we hit that home stretch, we are going to be as good as we've ever been at Minecraft, so it will help. But we're going to be flying through builds. We're gonna have to squeeze in every build we can. Maybe we'll have to make, you know, a few quick ones, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to rush anything. I don't want anything to feel rushed in this world. This world is most likely going to be my forever world. I think I'm almost committed to that by now, and somebody in the comments had a great idea as well. And I read all the comments, by the way, if you didn't know. So feel free to leave any ideas you got in the comments. I read every single one. And you guys have such great ideas. But somebody mentioned, you know, instead of starting a whole new world, say, at the end of this challenge, that was the perfect amount of glass. Wow. We instead kind of just drop everything we got, put the inventory back. Maybe we keep the elytra because I'm not so sure I'm going to want to get another elytra, and then we head out into another biome somewhere. I don't really necessarily see any other biomes besides jungle and Sahara, and I'm not a fan of Sahara, and typically I'm actually not a fan of jungle, but I think we got some good mountains over there. Like, that could be pretty cool. And then we just restart from there. I think that's a great idea, and we'll have to see, obviously, like I said, what we're gonna go with. But I think for the roof, I want to do something very similar to that. I think that would look good. I don't think a flat roof would look too good. I'm not too sure. Let's plan this roof out before we get to it. I think I want something like that surrounded, at least the block texture, but do I want it flat? Like, a flat roof could look pretty good. And I definitely want a flag on it. I don't know why, but I always throw flags on my lighthouses. I mentioned this earlier in the series, maybe a few days ago, but I always throw flags on my lighthouses. Not sure why I do that. Or do we go with tough? Tough mixed with the dark oak would not be too complimentary. I don't know if I would love that. I'm definitely using some dark oak in there. So I'm thinking I'm going to just go with what I got here. Kind of keep the roofs, the style, at least the texture, the design of it pretty similar in a sense, just so the island looks conformed. I messed around a lot over here with roofs and different designs because I kept trying to make a pointy roof. Never really figured out how to make a pointy roof until I got over to that island. So it's been quite the journey of roof design for myself. But we're getting better, as I've mentioned, and we're working on it. So let's grab this deep slate. I think this should be enough. We're going to hope this is enough. And then let's go ahead, and we have dark oak, but do we need more? We might need more. Let's grab what we got to work with, at least. We're definitely going to need more now that I'm looking at it. That's going to be a pretty tall roof, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Do we want a tall roof on there or a flat roof? I think a tall roof would make it look much more prominent. It would stand out a lot more. So we're going to go with the tall roof. We've gotten better at building tall roofs, I have to say. Like that one, I'm very proud of that design. I think we did a great job with it. But let's go ahead and get this roof started, my friends. And I have to bring it out to there in a way. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. I think how we're going to do that is we are going to We're going to need to throw something on top of this glass, and I'm thinking dark oak might be the move here. So let's go with this. And let's see what we got to work with. And I think we're going to grab some slabs, actually, because I don't want to use stairs. Bring it out just a bit. Like so. And then we're going to place the deep slate stairs on the outside of this. We'll see how this looks. I'm not so sure I'm going to love this, but we need to figure out a way to bring this roof out just a little bit to there so it looks good. And that's going to be difficult. We're going to grab a placeholder block here, and then we need some stairs. So let's make ourselves some stairs. That should be hopefully enough. If not, we're going to have to go grab some more deep slate for the rest of this build, which I'm not too interested in doing. I want to, like I said, just kind of finalize this build and get on to the next one. And if you have ideas for the next build, let me know in the comments. I will be throwing a poll out there to all the members. You know, you guys, my members over yonder, you guys obviously get priority say in what goes on in this world, and you guys are the best. But if you got any good ideas, feel free to throw them out. As I've said, I read every comment, and you guys help me at least pick, you know, what goes on in this world and exactly what to do sometimes, because I could get off topic really quickly, and I could get out of hand with some of these builds really quickly. I could be making something that necessarily wouldn't fit this island, and I think you guys have helped keep me in check in that sense. But let's see. Oh, wasting another deep slate stair. Let's see if we love this. As I mentioned, I probably should have taken a look first. I think that's gonna look pretty good, obviously, once it's taller and completed. But for now, that's doing the job. I do kind of like this dark oak right here. I think that adds a nice little touch. Keeps it with the theme of the top of this lighthouse a little bit darker to contrast that light right there. So we're out of deep slate. We got to go get more deep slate. That's the moral of the story here. But let's go ahead and do that. I think I wasted a lot of deep slate. Not wasted, but I put a lot of deep slate into that build over there. Did I use deep slate? I think I did. I planned on it at least. I don't know if I actually ended up going with it. But please tell me, is there any chance? Any chance? Okay, we have deep slate bricks and some deep slate stairs. This actually might be the perfect amount. I think we may have enough here, my friends. We might not have to go grab some more blocks for this. I do like that. Looking at it from this angle, I do really like that. So I'm gonna stick with this. Probably should have finished off a little piece of it and then taken a look at it, but it's too late for that, you know. You live and you learn. But this is looking pretty good so far. How much time we got left? We got about a minute and a half. This roof is going to most likely be a project for tomorrow, day 217, but we're gonna at least get it started for the time being. And then we also do need to get some additional dark oak. So let's go ahead, grab our dark oak tree saplings and at least get that planted for tomorrow. We can do it right there. It's kind of become my dark oak tree farm spot, even though it was our starter base at one point, and it got torn down because I didn't love the look of it, and it was kind of hurting the overall look of this village. I should have bone on me, or bone meal. That is perfect. And like I said, I mean, I love this challenge, and I do really, when I say, like, I feel like a construction worker, it really does feel like I'm working in construction, you know. I feel like I'm doing all the tasks in construction. Obviously, I'm even grabbing the wood, which most construction workers don't typically do, but it's pretty fun experience. And if you made it this far in the video, since we only got about 15 seconds left, comment construction, because shout out all the construction workers. You guys you guys are goated. You know, you guys get things done out there, and we obviously appreciate all of you over here. But I think that's all we got for today. That is the end of our 20 minutes. And if you made it this far in the video, like I said, comment construction. And I will see you tomorrow for day 217. Make sure to like, subscribe, and definitely hype the video and leave a comment letting me know you did so. And I will see you tomorrow, like I said.